Alright guys, so in this video I'm making some chili mac. So basically what that is you have some meaty chili, you have some macaroni, you have some cheese, you combine it all together and you have the perfect ultimate comfort food. So stick around guys, check it out, here we go. So as you can see I got this chuck roast right here, just under 3 pounds. You could use any tough cut of meat that you want. Oxtail, short rib, beef cheeks. Obviously I got the chuck roast right here. You could use ground beef, but we're not doing ground beef today. I usually like doing a little more of like a chili Colorado style with the chunks of meat. So basically I'm just gonna go through and do inch by inch cubes of meat, kind of like that. You could leave this thing totally whole and sear it in there and do like more of like a shredded meat if you want to do that. You could throw it on a smoker if you want, but I'm just leaving it pretty simple today. I'm just gonna do it like this. Then of course if you see any like big pieces of fat, just cut that out. So now that the meat's all chopped up, all we gotta do is prep the veg, which is not gonna take that long. Then we got the chilies. I'm gonna soak in some hot water and puree that up, and then we're gonna get things going. I got some water heating up in a pot. I got some Guajillo chilies. I got like 7 of those. I'm gonna throw those in the water right there. And I also have some chile Japones. They're basically like chile de Arbol, it's pretty much the same thing. They're both spicy, so if you wanna leave these out, you can leave them out. So I'll throw a little handful of those in there. All you gotta do is let that get soft in the water, then puree those up in the blender, and that's it. So for the base of this chili, I got a couple onions right there. I got a little bit of garlic I'm gonna throw in. I got a combination of Serranos and Jalapenos. You could use, I mean, if you wanna be hardcore, you could use some habaneros if you wanna throw them in there. You could use any mild chilies like Anaheim, Pasilla, or some hatch chilies. You could throw that in there also. Just make it how you want. You can take the seeds out if you don't like it too spicy, just like I always say. But no bell peppers, please. I mean, I love bell peppers, but just not in chili, in my opinion. Also, with beans, if someone's gonna give me beans and chili, I have no complaints about it, and I don't mind it, and I actually like it. But for something like this, I always usually leave the beans out. I don't know why, it always ends up like that. So no beans in this one. Get yourself a big old pot or a Dutch oven. I got some beef tallow I'm gonna throw in there. You could use any fat that you want to use. Just gonna melt that a little bit. What I'm gonna do is sear off the meat in 2 batches, because if you throw it all in there at one time, it's just gonna get steamed up and gray, and you don't really want that. You don't have to perfectly sear all the meat all around, but you just want to get some good color on it. I'm also gonna just season this as I go. A little bit of salt and pepper. Now I'm gonna take all them chilies that I had steeping in the pot, get them into the blender. I always use stock to blend the liquid, but you could use the stuff in the pot if you want. I just figure it's a little too bitter, so I just leave that out. But like always, do it how you want to do it. Just a little splash of broth. I'm gonna leave that hanging off to the side. So now into the pot. Chilies and onions. The moisture in here is going to start to pick up all the fond on the bottom of the pot. I'm going to put a little more salt and pepper. The reason why you season as you go is because, like, you want to create, you know, you always hear on TV layers of flavor. You want the ingredients to absorb each layer of salt and pepper instead of doing it all at the end, because it's all going to be like one big ass salt bomb if you throw it in at the very end. So do it as you go. A little bit of tomato paste, about 3 tablespoons. Just cook that for a little bit. A little bit of Mexican oregano. I don't know, tablespoon and a half. Cook that a little bit. Gonna get that garlic. I'm gonna get all that meat back in there with the juices. Now use whatever beer you want to use. I got a Shiner Bock deglazed with 1 beer. And just go around and scrape the bottom of the pot and just try to get all that fond off the bottom and off the sides as well. At this point, you want to get the heat on high, kind of bring it up to a boil or a high simmer. I'm just eyeballing all this stuff, so you could take out or leave in whatever you want. I got some cumin. We'll do a nice sprinkle of that. A little bit of Worcestershire sauce. A little splash. And I'm gonna go in with that chili puree. And if all of it doesn't come out, just put a little bit of stock back in the blender and blend it up and just pour the rest out. I got a little bit of some pureed tomatoes. I'm just gonna do a little bit of it. You don't need that much. All right, so now you could leave it on the stove and you could simmer this and you could cook it till, till it's nice and tender. I think it's gonna go a little bit faster in the oven, so I'm doing 325. It's gonna be about 3 hours. I'm gonna check on it after a couple hours, but I'll show you guys when it's done. For this recipe, you could use whatever short pasta you wanna use. Most of the time you're gonna use elbow macaroni, but I just happen to have this penne pasta laying around in the pantry. So, it's 1 pound in a box. I'm using about half of this and then using however much I need to make this dish. If you happen to overcook it, to not, if it's not al dente, like usually if you're making a regular pasta dish, you're looking for al dente with a little bit of bite to it. But if you just happen to overcook it for mac and cheese or for this chili mac, it's not even a big deal, so don't even worry about it. But I'm still going by the directions on the box, maybe a minute less, and I'm gonna finish cooking it in the chili. Gonna get some salted water, gonna throw this in there, gonna boil it up, and that's it. So the cheese I'm using for this is a combination of a mild cheddar, and I got some Hatch chili Gouda cheese. I'm just gonna grate this up and use as much as I need. It's gonna be really good, sounds good. So I said this is gonna be like 3 hours. This only ended up being like barely over 2 hours. And this is done. Like that meat is super soft and tender. Everything is reduced down. We're looking good. So I'm just gonna let this sit here. Wait for that pasta to cook. We're gonna combine everything together. That's gonna be it. All right, so into a bowl. Got that pasta. If a little bit of water goes in, that's okay. I got that Hatch chili and cheddar combination going in there. Throw some chili on top. Mix that up real well. A little bit of cilantro. All right, so there it is, guys. Chili mac to the max. This is just one of those things you can do as many ingredients as you want. You can make it as simple as you want. Do it how you like. At the end of the day, it's just chili, macaroni, and cheese. Super comfort food, like I said at the beginning. I got some leftover from the last video. I got a little bit of Mexican sour cream. And a little bit of queso fresco, I'll just put on there. Come on, man. That was so good, dude. Just super cheesy, super flavorful. God damn. Just a little disclaimer, if you're someone who can't handle spice and you make the recipe the exact same way I did, it's probably gonna light your ass up and it's probably be too spicy. So dial it back. But I love spicy food. Tastes great to me, but you 1000% should try to make this. You will not be dissatisfied, you will love it. But thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video. Peace out, thank you.